Hey everybody, good morning. This is going to be just a quiet stream so we can watch the earthquakes real time. Not a whole lot to talk about this morning. I just wanted to pull up the earthquake 3D as the swarm continues in California. I am only using USGS 1 day earthquakes today, so we can see the earthquakes that are actually going on in the United States for California. And anyway, that is what I am using for right now. And I will be here watching. Oh yeah, by the way, it's early morning. It is 8:38 on the East Coast. And it's cold here. It's 27 degrees. Hey Richard, hello, hello. Did you get snow? We didn't get snow, but it's nice and cold. Brr. It is sweater morning. And just looking at the earthquakes, the last earthquake to hit is Central California, and it was a 2.2. So that one's not an offshore earthquake. So that one is 8 kilometers deep. And I am using the USGS 1 day earthquakes right now instead of the other ones. And then the last earthquake that hit was a 2.5 and it was 3 kilometers deep. And that's the one that's actually showing up right now. And today is the 6th. So far this is showing the last earthquake that occurred. And we'll see if this one will actually work better for earthquake 3D. And I have not heard back from Walton yet. Hopefully soon, but I have not heard anything back yet. So EMSE is still not working with earthquake 3D. Yep. You've got, it's 9:38 where you're at, and it's 8:38 here. How is that possible? You were using USBS on Ron's show last night? Interesting. Yeah, just I reset the OBS. I mean the earthquake 3D, so it's been reset. We'll see what happens. I'm just leaving it alone and letting it run with the one that popped up, and it's USGS 1 day, so I just left it alone. I haven't changed anything on it. Oh, you're 1 day ahead? I mean, you're 1 hour ahead. How's that possible? I'm on the East Coast too. Nova Scotia. I guess because it sits more out into the ocean. That is interesting, the things you learn. Good morning, George. How are you doing this morning? You got your coffee on? So clearly, I've already had a morning. Yesterday, I received a paper telling me I had a lapse in insurance on my car, which sent me reeling because I was like, what? So, got that all taken care of and out of the way, dealt with. Called them this morning, got an FS1 sent over. Ugh. We're crossing our fingers, dotting our I's, and dealing with everything. Did not. I had insurance the whole time. You got an appointment today, George? Well, good luck at that. I have no appointments today. Today is Friday. My next appointment is in 10 days. Well, I think it's in 10 days. I've lost my paper. Oh, boy. Don't ask me when my next appointment is. It's sometime. I have too many appointments this month. I write them down. Yeah, it got too cold. I forgot to turn on the heater again last night because it got up to like 55 degrees yesterday. So the inside of the house was nice and warm. So I left the heater off last night. I woke up this morning going, brrr. I was like, okay, get up, put on my sweater. Decided, hey, I am not going to turn the heater on, just going to, enjoy it. And then my granddaughter's not in school today because apparently she got notice that today was one of those days whether she could go to school or stay home, so she's decided to stay home. Somebody invited you to their messenger and you don't know them? Well, don't go! Yeah, don't ever go to messengers that you don't know. You're being pulled. Oh. Yeah, I've got like 5 appointments this month. Okay, so that's a 2.30 kilometers. That is an offshore Northern California. You know, it didn't read the 2.2, 8 kilometers deep for Central California. It skipped straight to the 2.30, zero depth for offshore Northern California. So this is keeping up. Keeping up, keeping up, keeping up, keeping up. There was a 2.4 Dodecanese Islands, Greece. I'm just reading off what EMSC has because USGS is not telling you what is going on EMSC. So, if you have EMSC, feel free to follow along with what USGS is not showing on Earthquake 3D. So there has been a 2.4 in Dodecanese Islands, Greece, and it was 6 kilometers deep. There was a 2.2 Central California, and it was 8 kilometers deep. And those two quakes were before this 2.3 at 0 kilometers deep. Hey, Richard. Now that's funny. It's funny, 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 funny. Oh. Okay, so let's see if I can give y'all some information for today. I do know that there was a lot of people who evacuated from California yesterday. And understandably, some people may be upset. However, if you look at it this way, that was a shallow earthquake, and shallow earthquakes can cause tsunamis, okay? It is better to be safer than sorry. However, there is a difference between the type of strike on a fault. One can cause tsunamis, the other won't, okay? But It is better to be safe than sorry when you don't know what kind of strike has hit. So when they yell for everybody to leave, it's because they more than likely did not know what kind of earthquake had just hit, whether it was a strike slip or the other one. And sorry, it's eluding me this morning. So it's better to be safer than sorry and have a lot of people get hit with a tsunami than it is to have all those people leave. Now, to be honest, when you're looking at what's going on in California right now, and like I've stated, when you see this kind of a swarm going on, you can more than likely expect that there is going to be another bigger earthquake. Because as you've noticed, going on over in other parts of the world, when we've seen big earthquakes, they're usually followed by another big earthquake. And that's just fact. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So yeah, I've seen a lot of comments of people that were not very happy that they were told to evacuate. But it still goes back to the statement of being safe than being sorry. And here's a science article. While the tsunami warning for California's December 5th magnitude 7.0 earthquake was eventually lifted, that's not to say the quake didn't cause waves elsewhere, roughly 805 kilometers or 500 miles away from the epicenter, in a cavern that is part of Death Valley's National Park. The critically endangered Devil's Hole pupfish saw its watery home quickly and drastically changed. Life in Devil's Hole is normally pretty still as a geothermal pool at the bottom of a collapsed cave, and as such, it's sheltered from wind that could otherwise move it. However, according to a statement from the National Park Service, at approximately 10:46 a.m. local time, 2 minutes after the earthquake struck, the water in Devil's Hole began to shake. This created waves known as sikes when they occur within the enclosed body of water, which reached nearly 60 centimeters or 24 inches high. Their movement was enough to disturb the main spawning area of Devil's Hole pupfish, an IUCN Red List critically endangered species that is only found in the wild in its namesake habitat. While biologists from NPS, Fish and Wildlife Services, and Nevada Department of Wildlife are still figuring out how the waves may have impacted the fish, there have been some initial suggestions. In the short term, this is bad for the pupfish. A lot of pupfish food just sank deeper into the cave, most likely too deep for the fish to get to. There were likely pupfish eggs on the shelf that were destroyed. That might sound like poor prognosis for the future of the critically endangered species. In the long term, this type of reset is good for the pupfish. It cleaned off any decaying organic matter that could otherwise cause pockets of low oxygen. That may be why the pupfish has survived and even increased in number after previous sikes, some of which were caused by earthquakes as far away as Mexico and Alaska. In fact, earlier this year, a survey revealed 25-year high in the numbers of Devil's Hole pupfish during the spring season, and most recently the population was observed to stand at 212. While the Devil's Hole pupfish may well recover from this most recent psych event too, they still face multiple threats, including from human activity and climate change. Oh, this is funny. I don't know if this, I don't want to play this on here, but if you guys want to see this, here is a video. This is posted by ABC News. So I'm going to post this in here. This is funny. This is a robot vacuum cleaner escaping from a California home after an earthquake. And it says residents had a good laugh after Thursday's earthquake struck the region when a robotic vacuum cleaner got disconnected from his base and was roaming the streets. Okay. Was looking for some science news. Okay, so here's an article how California earthquake could spark a tsunami. A magnitude 7.0 earthquake struck off California coast near the town of Ferndale on Thursday morning, causing temporary tsunami warnings in California and Oregon. Though the warning, which initially prompted evacuations in some areas, was later canceled, the quake highlighted how seismic activity in the region could potentially generate a tsunami. Tsunamis are long, high sea waves caused by earthquakes or other disturbances like volcanic eruptions. They're triggered when earthquakes cause a sudden movement on the ocean floor, typically from vertical shifts associated with subduction zones where one tectonic plate slips under the other. While the San Andreas Fault, California's primary fault line, is not prone to generating major tsunamis, other offshore faults and underwater landslides could pose localized tsunami risk. While a part of the fault near and north of San Francisco is offshore, the blocks on either side of the fault slide past each other horizontally. The Earthquake Country Alliance says on its website this will not cause significant vertical motion on the ocean floor that pushes up water, as needed to cause a damaging tsunami. Still, seismic events are common in the Golden State, and significant tsunamis have been reported in the past. California is one of the most seismically active regions in the world, with 2 to 3 quakes per year that are strong enough to cause structural damage. According to the California Department of Conservation, the state is crisscrossed by hundreds of faults, 200 of which are considered hazardous. Approximately 70% of California lives within 30 miles of a fault capable of generating strong shaking within the next 50 years. Globally, 12,000 to 14,000 earthquakes occur annually. Earthquakes can happen any time of the year with little warning. Before Thursday's quake, the most recent significant earthquake in California was Ridgequest Quake on July 5, 2019, which measured 7.1 magnitude. It caused 1 fatality and $5.3 billion in economic losses, according to the CDC. In December 2022, an offshore quake hit near Ferndale in Humboldt County with a magnitude of 6.4. 2 people were killed indirectly as a result of the quake, and the economic losses were reported to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Before that, the devastating 1906 San Francisco earthquake remains the most destructive in the state's history, with a magnitude of 7.9, killing 3,000 people and leveling much of the city. Thursday's 7.0 magnitude quake off Ferndale was among the strongest to hit the region recently. While no fatalities and widespread damage occurred, power outages affect thousands of people in the immediate aftermath. Tsunamis, when generated, can last for days in certain locations, with wave crests often peaking to a few hours after the initial arrival. According to the U.S. Tsunami Warning Center, dangerous currents associated with tsunamis may persist for several days. Warnings depend on the proximity of the earthquake to monitoring systems such as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Deep Ocean Assessment and Reporting of Tsunami System, which is DART. For Thursday's quake, the tsunami warning issued at 10:45 a.m. Pacific Time was canceled just before noon after further analysis showed no significant tsunami threat. No tsunami is currently heading towards California, and the tsunami warning issued after Thursday's earthquake has been officially canceled. The most recent tsunami to flood parts of California occurred in January of 2022, triggered by Hunga Ha'api volcanic eruption. In California, the tsunami was recorded along the tide gauges up and down the coast. While it caused only minor to moderate flooding in most areas, high tide conditions amplified its impact in some regions, according to the CDC. Before this, the last tsunami to flood California's land occurred in 1964 following the Good Friday earthquake in Alaska. To stay informed about tsunami warnings, you can go to the U.S. Tsunami Warning System webpage, and you can also follow at NCWC on X. Those sites do provide real alerts, forecasts, and evacuation guidance. Well, Richard, I would love to have a wind guard for my microphone. However, I don't have a microphone. I am actually okay. So remember, my headset broke, and I'm actually using my camera microphone. So I don't have a microphone. Eventually, I will get a microphone. Eventually, when I can afford to get a microphone. Hey, YouTube, stop stealing my people from me. What's M stand for? Oh, you removed it. Tectonic volcanic collapse and explosion? Typo. Hopefully Santa will bring you one. Oh, and I think I might be too old for Santa. But I'll show you which one I want. Okay, so let's see here. Microphone. Let's see. I want one that looks kind of like this. Well, it goes through Temu, but I want one that looks like this one. My daughter has one that's kind of like this one, and I like it. It's kind of like that. Like that. I like hers. Or I go for another headset. Believe and you shall see what happens. I believe. My name is Steve. No, my name's not Steve. My daughter has one, and I like hers. And I see all these other people, they have like the little ones. Those are cute. But I don't know, like these little hand ones, or you put them on your shirt. Those are cute. I'd like one of those ones that I don't have to hold in my hand. Because, like, I hold the camera in my hand like it's a mini microphone. So that works. But yeah, I've got the headset. I don't know where the heck I put it. I put it somewhere because I was gonna take it back to Best Buy and ask him what the heck, because it's only a year old, but it just up and stopped working. And I don't know if it's got, it might have warranty on it. So I'm thinking to take it back to him. Agenda Free Steve? Oh my God. I love that channel though. Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Oh, I love him. Hey, he's good for a lot of things. He's a good channel. I don't get involved in the politics though. No, no, no. I have honestly followed that channel for years, and he's a good channel. And no, you don't. I don't know that I could do a 10-hour live stream. That's just not me, though. Nope. You're hating on EMFC today? I'm looking at that 2.4. That 2.4 is an offshore Northern California. But the next earthquake that hit was a 1.0 Slovenia. Where is that 0.8? Let me see. Where's the 0.8 earthquake? It's got to be in California. It's just one that we're not getting to see. There's been a 3.0 in California, so that's going to show up here in a minute. That's offshore Northern California. And that one is 9 kilometers deep. Antofagasta, Chile had a 2.6, 126 kilometers deep. See, I'm afraid to turn on any other feed. So if I turn on any other feed, the California one might stop working again. Yep, 0.8. California. We'll see a 3.0 on here soon. You have to read between the California aftershocks? Yeah, I know. And you know what's funny? At least they're posting all of the aftershocks here in the United States. I wonder if USGS is doing the same thing. Poor USGS. They're probably struggling to keep up. We'll just post the big ones. Oh, it's a 5. Oh, there was no more. Let's go look. Let's see. Okay, let's see. USGS. Latest earthquakes. Wow, they're actually posting all of them. Are they posting anything else in the world? Dang, they're doing good. There's that 0.8. Oh, they got it. Good job. I don't see anything else in the world happening on here. They got a Nevada. One Nevada earthquake. Woohoo! Way to go. Wait, that's for yesterday. Are they even keeping up with today? Nope, they're not. That's a lot of aftershocks, though. Earthquake updated. Ding! One more hit. Ba-boom! Well, there's probably going to be a 5 as well, George, but I think that there's a possibility for another 6 to 6.8. And when we're looking here, and we looked at there was a big one over here, we can probably expect there's going to be another big one over in this area. Because remember, 1, 2, 3. THERE. Slovenia, a 1.0. Woohoo! Let's see, just for GQ. Let's look at something real quick. So this is going to be EMSE, and I've learned something new here. So I was playing around with this last night. I did not know that I could actually do this. If you click on Mag 3, this will show you all the 3s and 4s that have occurred. If I go all the way over here to Mag 5, it'll show you all the 5s that occurred. There has been a 5.1 in Tonga today, a 5.1 Central East Pacific rise, and then it shows the 7.0 offshore Northern California. So there has been no 5s that have followed the 7 so far. So that is something to be keeping an eye on, because there has been no bigger aftershocks after the 7. That is why I am actually concerned. Biggest thing to think is, could this have been a foreshock? And that is something to keep an eye on, even though we're having aftershocks. We just have to keep that in the back of our minds as well. So, just to keep an eye out. Just my wanderings and nothing else. But that is a 7, and there's been no bigger aftershocks other than the 4s and 3s. I mean, if you're looking, you've had 4s, and you post that 7.0 here, and 5s, but not really seeing, there's not really been any 5s. Offshore California, there's been no 5s. That's all been 3s and lower. I know. Here you go. So that's something to keep an eye on when we're looking at these. There's been no bigger aftershocks. There's only been small aftershocks from this 7. And usually you would see aftershocks with a 7.0. You would see aftershocks of 5s after a 7.0 earthquake. 5s or 6s, and you're not seeing that with this. Yeah, I've never heard of a 10 plus magnitude earthquake. So I think the highest that they've gone so far has been a 9. The highest I've ever seen has been an 8. What was it? Actually, the highest I've seen, I think, is a 7.8. Okay, I will be right back. I am going to go. I have not eaten yet. I am going to go grab myself my breakfast real quick. So give me 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back, and oh, that was yummy. Always good to have breakfast that was dinner and dinner for breakfast. Okay, so anyway, the last earthquake to hit was a 2.6. It was 1 kilometer deep, and it was offshore California. So that is coming from EMSC and USGS. So I heard people over in Nevada may have felt this 7.0 earthquake that occurred. George, did you feel anything yesterday? I know you're in Arizona, but did you feel anything? Any rumbling? Anything at all? And anybody who is watching, feel free to chat. If you chat, that helps to raise the algorithms. You felt nothing. Okay. I am going to leave the live stream on for a few minutes. I have some things I've got to do in the background. Anybody who would like to chat, feel free to chat. I am just leaving the Earthquake 3D up today for a while so that we can document some earthquakes as they happen and to give a place for people to hang out and talk. If they would like to hang out and discuss the earthquakes, that is great, or anything else, that is great too. I am using USGS 1 day feed, which is accurate for the California earthquakes that are ongoing. Cannot use EMSC feed today because apparently it is not working on the Earthquake 3D. I have put in a email to Walton to let him know that it is not working. And so, if anybody wants to know the other earthquakes that are ongoing, I am dropping that link into chat, and that is for other earthquakes around the world that are not being posted. There was a 4.0 in southern Peru, and it was 115 kilometers deep, and USGS is not showing that one. So way to go, USGS, for not posting that 4.0 earthquake that's 115 kilometers deep on our doorstep. Haiti also had a 3.3, and it was 49 kilometers deep. But you can't always get what you want. You can try sometimes, but you must find you might get what you need. Okay, so one is a feed showing California only, which is USGS. The other feed is showing Russia's feed for the world. So I'm trying something different here. Russia's showing a 5.3. So I don't know where they're showing the 5.3, but they're showing that there was a 5.3. So let's see what they're showing for a 5.3. They're probably showing earthquakes that we don't even know about. Let me see here. Well, anyway, they're showing the world's earthquakes for today. They show the bigger earthquakes. They don't show the smaller ones. And they show that big earthquake for California to be a 6.7 instead of a 7.0. They're showing the 5.3 to be, looks like, New Zealand. So let me look at GeoNet. They're just showing last biggest earthquakes. So I don't think I like theirs either. Let me see all. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with theirs either. So let's see here. Let's find a different feed for this one. And let's see if I can find one that'll work better. See what this one does. Nope, that one doesn't work. Oh, just go with that one. Nah. There we go. Okay, we'll just leave it on that one. Yep, I've seen it. There's been a lot more aftershocks since that 7.0. Let me see. I can tell you how many aftershocks have been since that 7.0. So, let's pull up California. $165. There's been 158 earthquakes. So 158, George. I can show that. Right here, 165. Then you minus off these ones here. And that's 158 earthquakes in California. Y'all are looking at a feed that's put out from Russia. So I'm playing around with the feeds over here. Let's see here. See if I can do Euromed. Nope, no Euromed. Thank you. That's Greece. See, when I use the one for Russia, it throws the 3.3s. So let's see here. Let me see. I'm going to drop this down to... Yeah, we're just looking at the ones from... That's Russia's there. Appreciate it, George. Let's see Canada. Canada is last 30 days. So this is Canada's last 30 days here. So that's the last 30 days for Canada. Canada only show Canada. Then I have Geonet, last 150. Geonet shows the 6.9 as well. And then Geonet has their earthquakes. They make more sense because they show other big earthquakes that are going around the globe. And remember, I was talking about the 6.4. They showed this one as a 6.9 as well, 6.4 here. Then you have 5s here. So you're looking at an area over here where I would expect to see another quake occur within this range over here where my mouse is. And then we're going to look over here to South America, and we are probably going to see another big quake in this area as well. But when we're looking antipodally, we're looking back over in this range as well, and we should see another antipode earthquake. The ones that aren't working and I don't know, maybe it's because of what's going on over with the war and stuff, but EMSC is not working and the Italy feed is not working. So I have tried to use the Italy feed. Italy's feed is not working. Is that working now? Oh, it's working now. This is the Italian feed. No, it's not. It didn't change over yet. Okay. That's Italian feed. No, it's not. Is that Italian feed? Let's see. EMSC is definitely not working. Then you have the feed for Britain. They've had a 1.2. And that's the British feed there. That's their last 30 days. And then we've had, this is the Mexico feed one day. And this is what all has happened in Mexico. So let me do this. Mexico. Mexico 2.5. Oops, didn't do this. So Mexico. Greece. BSG. USGS. Ta-da. Apply. Ta-da. Ta-da. There we go. And it's the world. And I put them all on one. Except I don't think I have New Zealand on there. Oops. I knew I missed one. How dare I? Ta-da! It's the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Okay, and our last earthquake that we've had, I believe, is a 3.1. New. I don't know what this did. Okay, so, gotta turn these off. Yeah, let me go back to this one. Hang on a second. I gotta close this one. And I gotta close this one. And I gotta reopen it again. Thought I could do both of them at one time. I guess I can't. Let me do this again. Let me go back to where it was. Watch this. It's gonna close this. And voila. Ta-da! Ta-da! Back to normal. There you go. Cha-ching! Who got a 4.1? 4.2? Ooh, 4.2 offshore Northern California. 0, -0. Okay, we got a -0, which means that it was a. Okay, I'm gonna pull up. Sorry guys, that was a mic drop. That was definitely a mic drop. Okay, I'm pulling up. I'm going to go look at this one. So this one was a -0, 4.2. Offshore Northern California. But I'm curious, what's at the location? Direct. That hit directly on the Juan de Fuca. Yeah, that Juan de Fuca's in motion. It's in motion. It's right there. Just looking, you guys. Just looking. -0 flying earthquake in the air. Well, it means that it's not at sea level. So it was below sea level. Or it was above sea level. -0. Yeah, flying earthquake. That's what caught my attention. A -0. -0. I mean, check this out. Right here, -0. 4.2, -0. Then we've had a 3.0 and a 2.2. And then there was a 2.0 in Greece. Why am I on 2.5s? I don't want 2.5s. I want 2.5 and greater. Maybe I do want 2.5 and greater. It's showing all the other ones. That's 7-day. I don't want 7-day. I just want it today. I just want this one. Why do I got 7-day? There. That's better. Instead of having 7 days worth of earthquakes on there. I'm like looking at it going, we had that many earthquakes for today? Gee, I think something's missing. And my bell not on. Okay, so it's not possible to run 2 Earthquake 3D at the same time. I guess unless you've got 2 computers. I tried. That was fun. Until the other one caught on that I was doing that. Zero point zero. So let me see. That was a 4.2, so we're getting bigger in the range with the earthquakes with California because that was above a 3. So that's a 4. That was closer towards land. That might actually have been felt. That was because that one was so shallow, it was probably felt. Well, these earthquakes have been hitting like a minute apart. If you're looking at EMSE, like this 2.2 and the 3.0 were a minute apart. There were 2 reports on it? Okay, be right back. Well, there's been a 3.9 now too. 0 depth, and a 3.0 0 depth, and a 2.2, 17 kilometers deep. So the next one that'll come up is a 3.90 depth. Making me wonder. I mean, it has to be fault, but at the same time, usually when you see 0 depth, you start thinking volcanic. Just query. Yep, that's true. Not all aftershocks are offshore. Let's look at something real quick. We're looking at Caltech. Caltech shows the earthquakes over here, but they also show the other earthquakes that are going on. So we can see that there's been earthquakes in Ferndale. All of these are in Ferndale. It shows the 3.9 here, 2.2, 3.1, 4.2, 2.6, 3.0. So it shows the bigger ones here on this side. 3.7, 3.4, 3.0, 3.8. So I'm looking to see biggest ones. 4.2, so that would be a second 4.2. There's a 4.4. Third 4.2. There's the 7.0, and there was only one 4.7 following those earthquakes. So does make you wonder, because this is the 7.0 here. You've had earthquakes at the geysers as well, and in Cobb. A lot of earthquakes at the geysers. Yarrington, that's Nevada. And for y'all who don't have this, there's a link to that site. So there's only been one 4.7 since the 7.0, which lets me know that there's probably going to be some 5s. Because usually when there's a 7, you're going to see bigger. There's a 4.9. I wonder where that 4.9 is. That 4.9 is down here in South America. .9 Central East Pacific Rise. So it was just added on to EMSC. It was an hour and 8 minutes ago. So they just threw that one on. Central East Pacific Rise. Yep, that one was 10 kilometers deep. So they just threw that one on. So it looks like USGS is not caught up with the other earthquakes that have occurred. Look at this big open space right here. Remember, there was over here in Haiti. Was it Haiti? I believe it was Haiti, and I showed it the other day. Wait a minute. Let me go pull this because I put it in our chat last night. I'll show you the big earthquakes which occurred before this one. These are the big earthquakes that had occurred before this one. Before the 7.0, these were the ones that occurred. But the biggest earthquake that had occurred before this one was a 6.8 in Cuba. And it occurred on 11/10/2024. It was a 6.8. So that occurred almost a month to yesterday. So if you think about it, within a month, a month ago, there was a 7.0 in Cuba. So now there's a 7.0 in California. Yeah, EMSC has the 4.9. You have to scroll down. Um, I just saw it on EMSC. It's down further. And then the 4.3 is on EMSC. And it's at the top, but it has not been added on to, or it either has already gone through on here. Because it's showing it right there. So that 3.9 has gone through here. The 4.9 is over here. .1 Canary Islands. Yep, and then I got a 4.3 offshore Northern California, which just showed up 14 minutes ago on EMSC. But yeah, that 2.1 Canary Islands, Spain region. Let's go see where that one is, because you know what? I'm remembering this area over here near La Palma. La Palma had the eruption a few years back. So this is where the earthquake is. I forgot exactly which island it was which had the eruption happening on it. I believe it was this one, but I'm not sure. No, it's not that one. Tenerife, I believe. May not have been. Gran Canaria. One of these islands had the eruption which occurred. There's been a lot of earthquakes ongoing over here. Hello, world. Hello, world. Why is this set at 10 minutes? Oh, that's why. No wonder it's not updating. Okay, so anyway, I had it set for 10 minutes. Oops, sorry. Okay, think we all work harder at earthquake information than even the agencies. Sometimes makes you wonder. Look at that spacing. Well, that'll fill in. That'll fill in. This'll fill in. Those are probably already filled in. I just don't have all the earthquakes on here to look at the fill in. Remember, if you're keeping up with us for earthquakes, to check the list with EMSE. This is the world information. EMSE is not working on my earthquake 3D right now. I have put in a email to Walton to let him know that I'm not getting that or the Italian one, and I may have to rebuy the app and re-download because for some reason it is not working. So maybe it has something to do with the update. I am not sure. Maybe the services don't want me to have the information. Who knows? But it would be nice if it would work correctly. I mean, like, gee whiz. But somehow I'm blocked from having EMSC on my Earthquake 3D that I paid for. I mean, would be nice to be able to use it. Or maybe it's because there's a huge war going on in the world. Who knows? Just makes no sense. Okay, now there's been a 2.7 in offshore Northern California. 3 kilometers deep. I am refreshing. There you go. That one says 2 kilometers deep. USGS is not agreeing with the MSC on the depth, so anyway, it's 2.7. EMSC says 3 kilometers deep. USGS says 2 kilometers deep. Well, either way, they're off by one on one and on by one on the other. Maybe it's burnout. Okay, so the next one that'll be coming in, I don't get these. There is a Sweden earthquake on the back, but it doesn't have a magnitude. And I'm seeing that southern Peru has had a 3.6, but it isn't posted either. Southern France has had an earthquake that is not posted. Alaska has had an earthquake that is not posted. I'm pretty sure with all of these earthquakes in California, a lot of stuff is probably behind. Finland had a 1.3 an hour ago. An hour and 30 minutes ago, it was a 1.3. Finland is still continuing to have earthquakes. My earthquake 3D skipped that 4.2 at 0 kilometers in depth. Oops. Hello, Skylar. I love you. Hang on. Ha! Just putting a Christmas tree on my YouTube channel. Gotta decorate. I was trying to figure out how to stick it on the other side, but it was. Wait, I got an idea. I could do this. Put it over here. Wait, I can't do that. Wait, let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, and then I can move this over here. Okay, there. Be primitive. Make it look like it's standing up. There, I'll put it on the other side. Later, George. I will see you later. I hope you're doing well. Be safe. Okay, so that last one was a 2.8 there has been a 2.8 in Tarapaca, Chile. There has been a 0.5 1 kilometer depth in California. That one will not be on EMSE. You will not find it there. Chris, the guy's here to check the water heater. You want to let him in? Okay, then I'll do it then. Sit down. No, go sit. Yeah, just stay away from her. She's sick today. You're gonna have to help him get over there. Yeah, come around this way. That closet's really hard to get into because of the way that they set it in there. So you gotta unhook it from the top. Like I told you, the way that they've done this thing. Yeah, this water heater's only been in here for like 3 years. So it's a new water heater. Or, actually, how long has this water heater been here? Yeah, we've had this water heater since, no, actually since I moved in. So it's been about 10 years. Sorry. I forgot because the first one we had flooded or was broken. Yeah, the first one we had didn't work. But the water with this one gets hot. Huh? Yeah. She said they wanted to make sure it wasn't leaking and that some people had higher water bills than other people had, and she was like, one of the things that maybe they don't know is we use a lot of bottled water. If you can tell, we don't use a lot of the water from the tap here for cooking or drinking because one of the things that a lot of people don't know is the water has And the PFAS chemicals are bad for you. They're deadly. And if they build up in your system, you can get really sick from them. Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. And the only reason I know that is because my brother-in-law works for the city. He works for the chemical, for the water treatment plant. Oh, okay. They do not use, they live right over that way. They do not use city water. Yeah, I talked a lot that they don't use city water, but everything's fine though. So. Well, like I told them, I said, we use my washing machine and my dryer here. I only use them like once a week. So, you know, it's like, yes, I keep my water bills low, and the same with you. It's like, you're not looking for big bills. Exactly. But just want to check, make sure everything's good. All right. Yes, sir. That is nuts, isn't it? That they have to check to make sure our water meter's working. Oh, I had to come check my water heater to make sure my water heater was working. Oh, it's next. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, don't you fall on top of me. That zero 0.5 with a depth of 1 is in California. It was up here. I saw it in the little stack. But it's not going to be listed on EMSC because it's too small. You know, they can list all the other countries on EMSC that are zero 0.1 and smaller, but they can't list uh, for California. Yeah, don't start. Okay, no tree. No tree, no. No tree, no. It was giving me flashes. Is your water running? Then go catch it. You funny. No, my water wasn't running. They ran it in the kitchen for a few minutes, though. Maybe they should pay for the amount that they used. Ooh. Coming in my house, running my water, and then I get to pay the bill. How nice of them. We just need to check to make sure your hot water heater is working. Oh, are you going to pay that water bill that you just filled up my sink with? No? Then don't want my water. There you go. There's a 2.3. Going, gone. My granddaughter's listening to cartoons. So y'all might hear some cartoons in the background. Yeah, today was one of those days that she could either go to school or stay home. So she stayed home. Chile had another earthquake, 2.8, 109 kilometers deep. I hope not. I did. I did find it strange that they just showed up at my house and without the 24-hour notice or 12-hour notice, and we're here to check your water. Huh? I was like, really? Okay, where's my notice? Even I know North Carolina state law. Well, this is kind of an emergency situation. Okay, we need to make sure that you don't have a water leak. Well, I don't think I do. And then they changed it to, we need to make sure that your water heaters are working because, it's been freezing out. Really? Okay. All right. Well, I have been live for 2 hours and I am going to go get some other things done. Thank you for being here and spending the last 2 hours with me. If anything big happens, I will be back on at a minute's notice. I just wanted to live stream for a little bit and document some of the earthquakes that are going on. I hope that you all have a wonderful day today. Um, Anyways, you guys, much love. Richard and George, thank you for being here. For those who have come and checked in, much love and thank you. And does the OSNC work or should I have used? No, OSNC is fine. That is fine. I'm debating on whether I should leave the Earthquake 3D up or if I um, should take the live stream down. I just have some things I need to do in the background. I got a 2.0 offshore Northern California, 11 kilometers deep. That's EMSC. Let me see here. No, it says 44 kilometers southwest of Fortuna. And then, oh yeah, I've got a 2.08 kilometers. That one just popped up on EMSC for San Pedro Channel, California. So there's two 2.0 earthquakes. Let me set this for a minute. There you go. Well, I got the 11 one. I set it for a minute now because these earthquakes are coming in quick right now. And, I mean, we had between 1 minute, there was 2 earthquakes within 1 minute. There was a 2.0 and a 2.0. And then in between 3 minutes, there was a 2.3 and a 2.0. So I have set this for 1 minute because this will update quickly. All right, Richard, since you're going to be going out, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. And I might come back on later this afternoon. So then I will talk at y'all later. Thank you, Richard, for being here. And for everybody else who has stopped in, I appreciate it. I just wanted to do a real quick update as to what is going on. There isn't much new news so far. If there is anything bigger, I will be back on and I will update. Anyways, you guys, much love. God bless. Remember to be prepared. Don't be scared. Have a plan. Anyways, you guys, I love you. And I will see you on the next one.